Hello, gamers. Bruce here. Uh, Getting ready to start a new Global War 36 solo game. Looking for some input from guys. Been watching Live and Let Die and watched Spring Offensive before that. I know it's quite the little community we got going, and shout out to everybody. I'm going to just give a quick view of my game board in pieces and setup before I start. Up here on the board, I got my tech chart and my IPP chart. And I'll give a quick view of my board and units, starting on the West Coast in the USA. Got all the roundels. I don't have all the markers for the bases and stuff, but I use blue houses for ports and green houses for air bases from Monopoly. I've got some of the HPG dockyard markers. I got the rondels. Go over here to the east coast of the USA. And before anything, I'm going to give you a quick view of my facilities and units and what I use. I use a lot of the HBG markers, as you can see, for the Japanese. They got the SNLFs and the Elite markers. I use that for a lot of advanced tech stuff. Same with the SS markers for the Germans. I got the Gurkhas, the French Foreign Legion, the Cavalry, the Mountain Infantry, Marines. As far as my factories over there, the ones on the left, that's the I use those for majors, the original A&A factories. In the middle there, I use those as my medium factories, and the AA gun there, I use that as a minor factory. That coastal artillery is that black fortification there from the D-Day A&A game, and I got the fortifications from HBG. As far as my neutral countries, in South America, I use World War One Axis and Allies pieces, light green representing countries that align more towards the USA, Brazil there, and down in Argentina, I get the German equivalent from World War One. As far as my units, I'm going to show the Japanese forces here to give you a quick view. As far as submarines, if the tips are painted yellow, that's coastal sub, regular sub. Torpedo boat destroyer yellow, regular destroyer, light cruiser yellow, heavy cruiser red. That's a battleship. If it's painted yellow, I use it as a battle cruiser because it's in between. You know, it's bigger than a heavy cruiser but lighter than a battleship. Than a regular battleship. Not heavy, fast battleship, I paint red. If I do get the advanced tech with heavy, I'll use possibly like an SNLF markers to Japs or Elite if it's, say, an American heavy battleship. And my 3 carrier sizes, I got yellow painted for light carriers. Regular carriers are just plain. And when I paint them red, they're a heavy fleet carrier, and they can take 3 airplanes. As far as my aircraft, fighters, attack bombers, those are from Global War. Same thing with the medium bomber. If I paint the tips red, it's a strategic bomber. Yellow, transport. Blue is seaplanes. And again, if I get the advanced tech, I'll use again SNLF marker or an Elite marker for them. So that's what I use for units. I've got a lot of the HBG rondels for my countries. I got all the neutrals and the colonials for the British. I just picked up these. I love these task force markers. Beautiful, very beautiful pieces. I was very impressed when I got them. I love them. Something else I want to show you that I use, that I got online. I don't remember the guy's name, but I use these charts here to keep track of everything, so I don't have to look stuff up in the book either. You know, so much into the directions books, like as far as the bonuses here. When I get one, I just put my rondel down here. Then I know I got Romania, so I'm getting my 3 IPPs when I start checking my income. The other thing I use here that I use a lot is the wartime, the bonuses, like when Japan declares war. All this stuff is right here. I got it on the board as far as this stuff too. The fortifications, all the info that I'm constantly have to look up in the book. I think, especially with the Japanese here, they got so many bonuses. As they pick these up, I just put a rondelle on them. They start like over here with the U.S. oil trade at 3 and stuff. So these for me came in real handy. I didn't have them the first game I played, but man, it saved a lot of time the second game. It's got everything, all the stuff of the planes. He had I forget who this was. I don't want to quote the name, but it's got everything you need to know. So I get this, I get that board right there on the side of my game, so makes it easy. All right, so that's it. I'm going to start this game this morning, and I'm going to look for some input on some strategies and stuff. I'll start with the Civil War. I have just purchased the Canadian at War expansion, because I see a lot of guys are playing it, and I figured I'd going to play one more like this before I add it in, So looking for some input, maybe even some strategy suggestions as the game is going on, because I can't make any deals by myself. And we're going to start over here with the basic moves. We're going to lend leads to the Spanish, go heavy that way. And I mean, it's almost impossible not to win this down here in Abyssinia for the Italians. But anyway, look forward to some comments, and thanks. Bye.